hi. um, I thought I'd butt in a little bit. So pretty much if you're unaware of like what happened and kind of like the what took place, pretty much what happened was we kind of misplayed with each other and we, you know, kind of screwed the pooch a little. And because of that, we are now kind of in this weird scenario where we had to recreate the battle, and you saw the first one, so yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing now. I hope that makes sense, and yeah. That poison, I think it didn't matter in the moment, but it's kind of unfortunate. But hopefully Magneton can clutch this out. It just needs to hit this, or it just needs to survive a crunch or a okay, perfect. Defense job. I don't think that matters too much. He could bait out a Thunder again, and he'd honestly be looking good for that. But yeah, Toxicroak can do some things. I guess since I'm on air, and oh sorry, you saw my background. I guess since I'm on air, I might as well just like kinda I don't know, just if this lands, by the way, that'd be sick. Okay, GG's, GG's, GG's. So let's go over this game one by one, I guess, because this was a weird game, and this had a lot of moving parts to it. I honestly didn't think I'd win straight away from there. That just didn't seem, I don't know, feasible. But you win some, you lose some. Shout out to my opponent, because like I genuinely mean this, like he is a great person, and it was a blast to record this, and actually just he's a good competitor, and I really do appreciate being able to recreate this from the actual game. I don't know if you saw it in the actual thing, but yeah, I might edit it a little bit down because I think this video is already like 20 something minutes. But let's go over this battle. Let's just kind of recap everything that happened. First off, team preview, I was shocked to see no Glamora. I put a lot of prep into that. That's why you saw Fortress with T-Spikes, and my thing behind that was if a T-Spikes goes up, it kind of puts something on a timer, and it puts it in range of Palafin, Palafin Jet Punch in the rain. That was kind of the whole thing I was going under, so that was where that was. Magneton actually put in a ton of work. I was thinking of sacking. When I was replaying the battles, I was like, man, I should have sacked Magneton here, but Magneton pulled in some work and picked up three kills down the line, so good shit for Magneton, and I believe it got a switch in. Yeah, so I think this is a KO because of Analytic, so that's funny. That's actually really funny. The Brelm was a little threatening. What happened in the match was we didn't get that poison, so that kind of left something in the air. It turns out it didn't really matter because Palafin Wave Crash did a funny thing. But yeah, I thought the beginning of the game I definitely made a lot of bad plays. I was very scared of staying in with Fortress. Like as soon as I clicked yes, I was like, fuck, I made the wrong play. Because I remember last battle, he just called that out, clicked Fire Blast with Slowking, so I was very scared of that. And in the initial recording, I actually like put on the mic and was like, I made a fucking mistake. Like I knew what was happening. So that was definitely scary. Chien-Pao was just so fucking threatening. SD, I knew that set was gonna like destroy me. I didn't realize it was gonna destroy me until it started destroying me. And if it wasn't for like that clutch whirlwind, I would have surely been over. Klefki, In the battle, Steel Beam did miss, and we got the right Whirlwind switch in. And this is actually our second attempt too, which is why we didn't want to reset from that point, or why I'm assuming he didn't want to reset, which I thank him a lot, because it would have taken probably a lot more work to get to where we got to. And there was another, like, I believe, because of that poison, we had to, like, make a compromise out of it. And again, didn't end up mattering, but it still kind of sucked. But yeah, some things I thought I'd want to take note on is this Klefki. I thought it was really weird how he kind of sacked it. I don't know if reflect light screen into Steel Beam. I think that's a good set, but he clicked Steel Beam when there was one and 2 turns left of light screen and reflect, and I think it was a little premature. I think you'd rather just want to kind of stay in for another turn if you can, and then be able to click light screen or reflect the next turn, because then that gives you so much more momentum. It allows Chien-Pao to get in another chance to SD, because I think if that thing has screens, it's in a really good spot. So I thought Terra Dark Chien-Pao was an amazing bring, and I was very scared of that. Glamora not coming kind of confused me. I guess it makes sense because I have Rain, so that makes sense. I just think that hazards against me is like really big. Fortress is my only spinner. Hat was on the team, but I decided not to, just because I figured that this Toxicroak set might be able to put in some work. And honestly, if Magneton did go down, this Toxicroak set would have won. Just because Bullet Punch, if it gets the poison, I'm in great shape, and Palafin obviously can clean from there, and fake out into Poison Touch. I thought that was a really cool Toxicroak set, and I'm really glad I got to like bring some quote-unquote funny set, innovation set, whatever. So I really enjoyed using that Toxicroak set. I also really enjoyed this Ferrothorn set, which is Toxic Spikes, Reflect, Light Screen, Rapid Spin. No hazards came, which his, again, only hazards were Glamora, which I was, again, terrified of. Even though, like, really Toxic Spikes only affects Palafin and Tinglu, the point being is that those two are now put on timers, and that, to me, is, like, very scary. So I'm glad that that did not happen, obviously. And yeah, we got a nice little Magneton Choice Scarf set. Able to clean. I believe it's 106 to be faster than something. I forget. I think it actually is supposed to be faster than, yeah, it's supposed to be faster than Low Kick, so it did its exact job. I guess I should, like, kind of say what happens if Thunder doesn't miss, because that's another likely scenario. If 70% accurate Thunder misses, right here, pretty much what happens is I might go back into Fortress, possibly get up a light screen. If that's possible, then light screen goes up, and I can bring Magneton back in, and then I can just click Thunderbolt. Or if Fire Blast KOs Fortress and I can't get that up, I still go back to Magneton. I start firing off Thunderbolts. If Thunderbolts don't, if he slacks off on the Thunderbolts, and then, you know, whatever, then what happens is Toxicroak Sucker Punch, or Toxicroak Fake Out Sucker Punch would end up winning this game. So I don't think that 70% hit mattered too much. It definitely could have mattered, but I don't think it did. And even if this one misses, and I'm assuming that they slacked off, it's more likely that the next one would hit and possibly paralyze, or just put it in range with Tritone dying, and then obviously Toxicroak comes out, fake out into trying to get status or something, and then just wearing it down, and yeah, so that's how that works, and I hope you guys enjoyed. On to round 2, which is so incredible, and I'm so glad, because this is definitely one of the more scary rounds, just because it can be a little unpredictable sometimes, but luckily, we get the win, and again, props to my opponent, who's a great battler, and I just have a pretty good amount of respect for. This team was definitely a scary team, and I believe it beat me in the regular season, so it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm just going to run over this team again, or I don't know, some mindset like that. I was really prepared for this team, and I really just wanted to win, and I felt like I needed that get-back game, especially after last week, so it's unfortunate that Godbear had to be my opponent, but that's kind of just how it worked out. And yeah, I will see you guys on to next round. Have a great one, and peace out.